Adventure Time Fionna and Cake Season 2 kicks off with Astrid doing her own little recap of Season 1. She runs through how Fionna was created by Prismo the Wishmaster as a gender-swapped version of Finn, how her magical world got turned boring, and how she went on a quest to fix it. She talks about Fionna reuniting with Cake, saving her world from that creepy bug thing called the Scarab, and becoming her own person instead of just Finn's copy. Astrid ends it by saying Fionna lived happily ever after. But over in Ooh, things are moving in a totally different direction. Princess Bubblegum's wondering where Finn's disappeared to, since nobody's seen him in a while. Simon casually mentions the last time he saw Finn, he was heading to Huntress Wizard's place, which immediately makes Marceline curious. She jokes about calling Huntress, but of course she doesn't even have her number. Everyone's got theories, but nobody really knows what's going on with Finn. Then the episode jumps into Fionna's world, where she wakes up to her alarm blaring and the radio blasting a song by her ex, DJ Flame. She turns it off, flips through some random TV channels, and gets ready for the day. Across the street, Cake's chilling in her new apartment, and the two shout out the window at each other, planning breakfast. Fionna's suggesting waffles and hot dogs, but Cake's all about coffee. The city's still kind of wrecked after the Scarab's attack, so Fionna and Cake spend the morning running errands and helping people out. Fionna stops by her old job at the hardware store, where her old boss teases her about finally working hard after getting fired. She picks up some fairy lights she ordered. She says they're for Marshall and moves on to the copy shop to print flyers for Gary Prince's new cafe, The Sweet Spot. While they're out, a little kid recognizes Cake as the Magic Kitty, so Cake shows off with a shapeshift, a cowboy riding a horse riding an elephant. They both laugh it off and keep moving. Fionna mentions they need to grab some super fine dark cocoa powder. Right then, Queenie, one of Fionna's old bosses, pulls up in her flashy tour bus. She starts throwing insults, calling Fionna a loser, and reminding her that she fired her. Fionna tries to clap back, but Cake steps in before things get ugly. Tourists are watching, so Fionna forces a smile and walks away, pretending she doesn't care. Their next stop is the spice shop, where M. Cron greets them. Cake's morphed into this elegant humanoid version of herself, trying to impress. M. Cron gives her some pumpkin candies, which she claims are better than mice, then instantly panics and says she doesn't eat mice anymore. While Fionna's browsing for Coco, Lady Cutter, basically Sir Slicer's female counterpart, swoops in and steals her bag. Fionna's not having it. She chases her down, grabs it back, and tosses her wallet to Cake to pay for everything. When they leave, Cake notices M. Cron wrote his number on the receipt. She's totally giggling about it. Not long after, Fionna gets a call from Simon. He says he's just out walking and wanted to check in. They talk about life. He says things are fine with Marceline, even though she plays loud music at night, and he still feels awkward around Bubblegum because of the old kidnapping habits. He also says he's about to start teaching magic at Wiz Arts, and jokes about how weird it feels since magic once drove him insane. Fionna tells him she's proud of him. Before hanging up, Simon asks about Gary's new cafe, and she says the grand opening's tomorrow. He teases her about having a +1, but she just laughs it off. When they finish up their errands, Fionna and Cake drop off all the supplies at the Sweet Spot, where Gary's already working with Marshall, Hunter, and LSP to decorate the place. Gary's baking pastries, Marshall's tuning his guitar, and Hunter brings a potted rose bush as a gift. Fionna accidentally cuts her hand on it, and Hunter gently helps her clean it up. The whole gang's got this cozy energy as they work, hanging lights, setting tables, and joking around. That night, Gary brings everyone drinks and makes a little toast. He says his dreams are finally coming true. He's got a cafe, a backyard, and best of all, his friends. He calls Fionna his hero and his best friend, saying he loves her. Everyone raises their glasses and cheers to the morrow. But while things seem peaceful in Fionna's world, Ooh is a mess. Simon leaves an orange on Choo's Goose's grave when a lion snatches it and runs off. That same lion ends up being one of several versions of Huntress Wizard, who are taking care of Finn, who's lying in a cave looking half dead. There is a lion huntress, a cow huntress, even an eagle one. The lion squeezes juice into Finn's mouth before the real huntress walks in, shoots an arrow, and realizes Finn's been letting the animals nurse him because he is too weak to move. When she checks closer, she sees this nasty wound on his back. Later in her cabin, Huntress mixes up a potion and pours it over a plant that blooms into a flower. She feeds it to Finn, but he spits it out and adds it to a pile of other flowers he's already rejected. When she asks what poisoned him, he mumbles something about fighting a bear and says Simon's name before blacking out. Meanwhile, Simon's at Wiz Arts teaching his first class. He's cracking dad jokes about artifacts, calling himself a former Ice King, and pretending like his life's totally normal. Then a giant bird crashes through the ceiling. It's Huntress Wizard carrying Finn. She is furious and demands answers. Simon explains Finn was poisoned after saving him from a green bear and got thrown into something called the Heart of the Forest. Huntress tells him to keep Finn alive and forget everything he's ever heard about that place before flying off again. Back in Fionna's world, things take a dark turn. Fionna falls asleep and dreams she is in this intense battle on a giant tower with Cake. They're surrounded by warriors defending a glowing light when she suddenly sees Gary's severed head begging her for help. Then the others, Marshall, Hunter, Ellis, Emkron, all appear the same way, asking her to save them. She tries to fix Gary's head, but it's backwards, and everything collapses as a creepy featherless bird crawls toward them. She jolts awake and finds Queenie standing over her, mocking her and saying she owns the property now. She kicks everyone off the sweet spot lot, claiming it's all hers because of back rent. Gary's heartbroken, Marshall's furious, and Fionna's left trying to hold it together. She promises she'll fix this somehow, even if she has no clue how yet. And over in Ooh, Huntress Wizard's tracking the scent of that massive green bear through the woods. She eventually reaches the heart of the forest, and right when she thinks she's found it, the bear appears behind her. That's where the episode ends.